Good morning, good morning. We have liftoff. It looks like something's happening in Russia. Curti, I don't know. We talk about all the tragic things in the news. I don't know. Okay, speaking of tragic things in the news, that's a joke. I took the last few days pictures. Now this is just on photocopy paper, and our printer's running out of ink, which it says that long before it starts running out of ink. But I framed them, or I didn't frame them, but I divided them up in Jose Naranja squares. And then I lightened them up so you could actually write in them. Would this not be a gorgeous art journal? I think I need to buy some more printer ink. The mind is clicking. Okay, let's click back to reality. My mom and dad, we've been going through my mom and dad's, my sisters have been going through my mom and dad's stuff. I refuse, only because we had a gigantic argument 4 years ago on how to do this. I'm like, y'all handle it. And I have stuck to my guns. Anyhow, because 3 women in a hot storage building in theoretically hot South Carolina. We have been very lucky on the weather. It's gone like up into the 80s. And it could be horribly worse. Does not make for a good work environment for anybody, especially when 2 of them know they're right and they're vastly differently right, and do not back down, and one wants to argue constantly. So anyhow, I have been staying out of it. But yesterday they brought my mom and my grandmother's jewelry over, which truthfully, I thought I had lost my mother's wedding band, but I never had it to begin with. But I have it now, and I know where it is, and it's labeled, and it's safe. I have my grandmother's diamond pendant, which is gorgeous. I just have to get different chains because she was a teeny tiny little lady, and even though I'm short, I'm square. So, which includes my neck. So it's bigger. So I need to get different chains, which I need to get chains for the pendants I got in Vietnam too. But anyhow, in my dad's jewelry box were these stamps, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. 10 cents, so that was a long time ago. And they're yellow on the back. But, how about that? So, anyhow, let's talk about... Oh, and then I took that same page. This was all done in Procreate. I took that same page and I made a whale because I saw somebody do this on Instagram with fabric or pieces of paper on wood. These make great stickers for your beach journals. Just saying. I love it. I think I might try to go around this with a black marker just as a frame around each square, still leaving some white space. Just so you can tell that there were squares. Oh, loving this. Loving this. What I'm not loving is the fact that my husband's gone and the dog is moping. Moping is the kindest way I can say it. Moping. All right, I think we're going to go fast forward here. But we need to put these pages in, although I see that they are bigger. Don't know how I'm going to work that, but I'm going to try to figure it out. Let's just go fast forward. I'm going to be here for a while. It's Sunday for you guys. Saturday morning for me. And let's just... might do another one of these, actually. I should have painted white on some paper last night. Chances are I have some already painted somewhere in this gigantic mess of a paper stash and fabric stash. Oh, I'm going to include a picture of my quilt. It's -1 square. I thought I had 2 squares to do last night, and I needed to cut some more stuff. So I'm like, I'm just stopping right here. Turns out I only had 1 more square to go. And then it needs a border around it of some kind, which I'm not sure. I might just do a scrappy border because my scraps are as bad as my paper scraps. My fabric scraps are as bad as my paper scraps. At night, they multiply. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. Chromosomes, I guess. That would make a great t-shirt too. Welcome to your daily t-shirt message. Anyhow, so I'm working on that today. I think my sister that lives here with me, not with me, but in the same town, she needs a break. She needs a break. And so I think I'm going to try to suggest to them that they all come over here and we just craft for the day. And if Julie wants to nap, she can nap. She is exhausted. She is not physically fit, and she knows it. I'm not telling on her. But bless her heart, she's exhausted. I am looking at 3 blades for different paper cutters. And I found 2 of the paper cutters about a month ago. Anyhow, sidetrack. Okay, going forward. Okay, I am going to cut it down, or I already cut it down, and I have tape on the back, and I am going to put both of these papers in here side by side. I haven't done that a lot, only because it just adds to the bulkiness, in my opinion, of everything, and I only have so much room for bulkiness here. But I really like that in a strange sort of way. Yeah, Ukraine and Belarus and Russia. This is almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon now that I'm doing the voiceover part of this. Have come to an agreement where the infiltrator, whatever you want to call him, the rogue soldier, general, whatever, is giving up. So he's dead anyhow. He was going to mysteriously die in the middle of the night somewhere. But it has proved a lot of things. So we shall see where this all leads. It's only one day. But apparently this has been going on for quite a while, sounds like, according to the BBC. And today, or yesterday maybe, in Russia time, it just kind of exploded. And they really took control of the situation, the rogue guys. He doesn't sound like a good guy either, but if it means leaving Ukraine alone, albeit great. Anyhow. So anyhow, I am getting another piece of paper ready here and just using some more of that same pile of scraps, same pile. And I'm actually going to just do another one where I put white over it and create something. But while I was waiting for the white part to dry, we're not there yet here, but my sisters came. So this is many, many hours later that I'm doing the voiceover. And we have been sewing all day. My poor sister, the middle one, the one that lives here, needed to have a break from moving furniture and going through boxes and everything. She's just mentally and physically worn out. Not like the Mona Lisa, but anyhow. So I convinced that all 3 of them come over here since my husband is gone, and we can just sit here and craft. They were cross-stitching, or Julie was on my phone playing a game most of the time. The dog was thrilled that there were 3 people here to talk and play with him. And now we're all like worn out. This is a 7th day my sister has been here. So, and they worked 6 days straight on that storage locker. Bless their hearts, but I think they got it. My sister mailed a bunch of boxes home to herself of stuff that she wanted. I think she has one more box to finish putting together, and then she's mailing that one on Monday, and then she leaves on Tuesday. So, and my husband comes back tomorrow afternoon at some point. They might come over here in the morning. I don't know, before he gets here. But we set up in the living room, and we were all in there with card tables and stuff, stitching and eating lunch and talking to the dog and watching the deer at the top of the hill and the whole shebang. Had a good time. And I think we all kind of needed something like that. But I was showing them a couple of the quilt tops that I've pieced together over the last couple years. My sister from California hasn't been here since 2019, so mainly because of COVID. But she's so she hasn't seen a lot of quilt things that I've pieced together over the last couple of years. Especially at the beginning of COVID, I was doing a ton of piecing together. Especially, and when my ankle was broken, I was stuck in bed for 3 months. Um, that's when I did a lot of piecing of stuff because I have a hospital table that my husband set up my sewing machine on, and then he wheeled it over to the bed and I could sew. But yeah, I had to have that stupid ankle propped up for 3 solid months before I could even start to begin to walk on it. Anyhow, so this thing finally dried. The white finally dried. This is this afternoon, and I went in with like a burnt orange and a yellow and a brown, and I don't like this. I don't like this. I kept working at it, and I'm like, I don't like this. Um, I don't know if my head is just overstimulated between the BBC, sewing, my sister's constant prattle. I mean that in the best sort of way, really, sort of, yeah. The dog, everything else, I'm like, I'm just, my mind was not, this is why it's better for me to do this stuff in the morning before my mind gets cluttered. That's a good way to say it, cluttered. But I kept working at it, thinking I could make it work, and I just don't like, I don't know if it's the colors. Actually, on screen it doesn't look so bad now that I'm looking at it, but I don't know. I don't know. It's not one of my favorites. Let's just put it that way. So then, because there is blue there, this is where I went wrong. There was blue underneath showing through. I added more blue, and that didn't work. That's not working at all. Um, but alas, alas. Maybe it's because my husband's not here. You know how it is when you're in the same house and you don't talk to each other for hours? He's working, I'm doing other stuff. We're still in the same house, but you don't talk to each other all day. You don't miss each other at all. But the minute he leaves town, it's like, oh, where are you? Um, Anyhow. So, yeah, then I added a little black. I still don't like it. Although now I don't mind it as bad. I don't know. It just wasn't hitting all of my buttons. It's not so bad now, though, looking at it. Huh. Well, maybe I added these. I went too far. I don't know. I'm second guessing myself because current me knows that I just put white paint over this and started all over. But that's okay because it's paper. You can cover it up. Keep going. Keep going. Um, it's not so bad. Kind of looks like a traffic map. But anyhow. Stay with it. Stay with it, lady. We have a beautiful blue sky here today. We have deer. We have a sad dog because he misses his dad. We had, I thought maybe I could do something with that red pencil. That immediately got stopped. We have family in the house. We have Osprey out there learning how to fly. We have herons on the next door neighbor's dock, screeching outside our bathroom window. When they take off, they sound prehistoric. They are just fascinating. Google the sound of a great blue heron when they take off. It does sound like prehistoric something or other. So now I put white paint over it. It is still wet, and I went in with the Stabilo and kind of scribbled in the white paint. The yellow didn't show up as much, but the blue does not look bad. I think I should have left well enough alone. Oh well. We'll see what it looks like in the morning. If I really don't like it after it finishes drying, I'm just going to cover it up with another piece of paper. That's the beauty of it. And this one will be abnormally thick by the time it's over and done with. I don't know how much longer I'm going to go on with these art journal pages. I said I might finish this book, which I'm doing like every fourth page. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. There's my quilt. I have actually sewn it all together now. Just the top part. And there's a deer in those trees at the top of the driveway there. And I will see you all tomorrow with something else. I'm not sure what. But thanks for watching. As always, bye.